Imagine this. You receive an email from your boss, asking you to handle something urgent, maybe a wire transfer, login credentials, or access to a specific system. Everything about it looks normal. Their name, the email address, the way it's written. Even the signature is exactly what you're used to seeing. You're in the middle of a busy workday, so you take care of it, just like they asked. But a few hours later, you find out your boss never sent that email, and what you just did gave a complete outsider access to your company's systems. That wasn't a technical hack, no firewalls were broken, and no passwords cracked. It was social engineering. And it's one of the most effective cyber attack methods in the world today. You're probably used to hearing about hackers breaking into systems through code, malware, or brute force attacks. But in many cases, the attack doesn't start with a keyboard. It starts with a conversation. Hackers don't always need to bypass your software. If they can get you to trust them for just a few moments, they can bypass everything. So what exactly is social engineering? At its core, it's about manipulation. It's when someone uses deception, persuasion, or pressure to trick you into doing something that benefits them, often at your expense. That might be giving up your password, clicking a link, installing a file, or sharing confidential information. And the scariest part? It works because it feels normal. It sounds real. Social engineering attacks are designed to blend into your everyday experience so that you don't even recognize the threat until it's already too late. Let me give you a real example. A support agent at a small tech company gets a call from someone who claims to be from the internal IT team. The caller knows the agent's name, their department, and even which ticketing system they use. They say there's a security update that needs to be applied immediately, and to do that, they need the agent's login credentials to validate their account. Everything about the call feels routine, so the agent provides the information. The next morning, the company's internal systems are locked down, customer data has been stolen, and a ransom demand is sitting in their inbox. It all started with one friendly, confident-sounding phone call. And it's not just small companies. You might remember the massive Twitter hack in 2020. High-profile accounts, Elon Musk, Barack Obama, Apple, and others, were taken over and used to promote a cryptocurrency scam. The attackers didn't use malware. They used phone-based social engineering to convince Twitter employees to share internal access credentials. That's how they broke in, not through brute force, through conversation. Another common scenario is called CEO fraud or business email compromise. An employee receives a message that appears to come from the CEO or CFO. It's brief and to the point. Hey, I'm in a meeting, but I need you to wire $25,000 to this account right away. I'll explain later. It sounds urgent, the email looks legitimate, and the employee acts quickly. And the company loses thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands, before realizing the email was completely fake. These examples aren't rare. They happen every single day, in every industry, in companies of all sizes. And it's not because people are careless, it's because people are human. Social engineering works by targeting the natural instincts that make us good coworkers, helpful employees, and responsive team members. Let's break that down a bit. Why does social engineering work so well? It works because it targets human psychology. It takes advantage of how we're wired to react, not how systems are programmed to respond. Attackers use things like urgency. You need to act now or your account will be locked. They use authority, pretending to be someone in charge, like a manager or IT admin. They rely on trust, especially when pretending to be someone you know. Sometimes they use fear, like warning you of legal trouble or policy violations. Other times it's just helpfulness. They ask for a favor, and we naturally want to say yes. None of these tactics rely on technology. They rely on timing, pressure, and social cues, things we respond to automatically without thinking too much about it. And here's something important. Social engineering doesn't always happen online. Sometimes it's in person. For example, an attacker might walk into an office building holding a stack of boxes. They wait near the entrance and follow an employee through the door, saying, "Thanks, I forgot my badge." The employee holds the door. No one questions them. And now that attacker has access to secured areas, without breaking a single lock or password. This type of physical intrusion is still social engineering. It's just done face to face. So what can you do to protect yourself? The first step is awareness. Just knowing that social engineering exists, and that it's common, makes you less likely to fall for it. The second step is learning to pause. Anytime someone asks for sensitive information, quick action, or anything unusual, take a moment. Ask yourself, does this make sense? Is this how we normally do things? Can I verify this another way? If you receive an unusual request from your boss, like transferring money or sharing sensitive documents, don't respond to the message directly. Instead, call them on a known number to make sure the request is real. If it calls and asks for your password, don't give it. It should never ask for passwords. If a message feels off, even slightly, check with someone before doing anything. Social engineering relies on your reaction time. The faster you respond without thinking, the more likely it is to work. Slowing down, even just a little, gives you space to spot the red flags. It also helps to reduce the amount of personal information you share online. Attackers often gather details from LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and even old blog posts to craft believable messages. Your job title, recent travel, or company announcements. They all help make a fake message feel real. So be mindful about what you post publicly. Now, if you think you've already fallen for a social engineering attack, don't panic, but act quickly. Change your passwords immediately, especially on your email and any systems connected to the information you gave away. Notify your IT or security team if you're part of an organization. Run a malware scan just in case. And keep an eye on your accounts for any unusual activity. The key is fast action and honest reporting. Covering it up only makes things worse. Good security teams don't want to blame you. They want to fix the problem as soon as possible. So here's what I hope you'll take away from this. Social engineering doesn't look like an attack. It often looks like a polite email, a helpful voice, or a routine request. It plays on your instincts. And it works best when you're too busy, too rushed, or too trusting to stop and question it. But now that you know how it works, you're already better prepared. You'll recognize the tactics, you'll think twice before clicking, you'll pause before responding. And that pause might be all it takes to prevent a major breach. Because at the end of the day, cybersecurity isn't just about strong passwords and good software. It's about people, and staying alert in a world where trust can be exploited. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, share it with a friend or coworker. Give it a like, leave a comment about a phishing message or scam you've seen, and don't forget to subscribe for more clear, real-world cybersecurity advice. Stay safe, stay skeptical, and I'll see you in the next one.